Hey, I'm Lynn. Got some books that are all number ones and all female titles I'm going to show on this one. My comics closet. Hey, I'm Lynn. Thanks for checking out my comics closet. But what I was thinking about doing, I want to send in a 9/8, do a 9/8 pre-screen at CGC, all number one issues, all first issues or zero issues or one shots. So I was going to show those, and I had like a long box full of only number one issues, and I was going to go through and sort them out into different categories, Marvel or DC, different Image. I have a lot of Image stuff. Probably have more Image stuff than DC stuff. But I was sorting them out, and I realized that I could do a whole video of just female titles, or at least women on the covers. So I'm going to do that. First one, that's the first things I've got sorted out, are all female covers and titles. And I'm first going to do the indie titles, or what I have the least of, and then I've got pretty much over a short box of all Marvel titles. So I'm going to show those, which is my local comic store, Comics Corner. Make sure you check it out if you're in southeastern Michigan. They have 2 locations, east and west, one in Fraser, and the west one is on Auburn Road in Rochester Hills, Michigan. So what I'm going to do now is show my female comic covers, mostly female titles, at least females on the cover, and they are all number one issues, or like some are, I think, a couple of number 0 issues, and some one shots. So to start off, I have this Savage Red Sonja, which is looks like French show art. I had some before done by Jimmy Palmiotti. I had Red Sonja, Invincible Red Sonja here, signed by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. Because if you see, I've got a whole series of covers here. Here they're all female cover, except this one has some men on it. So, but that is, okay, we got Red Sonja, Savage Red Sonja, which I believe is the number 1 issue. Queen of the Frozen Wastes. And then we have Red Sonja, a one-shot, Monster Isle. And then we have the Red Sonja one-shot, One More Day. And we have, these are all Dynamite comics. Red Sonja, She-Devil with a Sword, number 1. And Dynamite Comics, which this is a Frank Cho cover, Jungle Girl, which is, so this is a 25-cent book. And that's all the Dynamite comics. So then we'll go with Chaos Comics, number 1, Vandella. And then Chaos Comics, Chastity, number 1. And if you know anything about Chaos Comics, you know what's coming up here. Okay, this is Chaos Comics, Jade, number 1. And Chaos Comics, another Jade, Redemption, number 1. And then, I believe this is probably their most famous character, at least as far as females, is Lady Death, number 1. And another Lady Death, number 1. So I believe that's all the Chaos. So that's all the Chaos comics that I got, or at least the #1 female comics. Next are Dark Horse comics, which this was made into a movie, and it was a comic strip, I believe, in the newspapers. Aeon Flux, #1. Yeah, it says here, made into a major motion picture. Oh, it was an MTV picture, that's right. And then this is an Image book, Atomic TOYBOX, which has a jungle girl on the cover. And then we have another Image Comics, Strange Girl. Which, I'm not sure who does that, but it's a girl on the cover. And then the Magdalena, which is a Top Cow, the Image, and Top Cow. I think Top Cow is like a branch of Image. And then, well, this is Top Cow Comics, Tomb Raider and Witchblade. Well, see, I know I have some more Witchblade. I don't think I have any more in here. I have to get into my Image box. And then this is Image Homage Studios Swimsuit Special, #1. So this is more like pinups by a lot of different artists there. And I think her name was Voodoo. I forget what her powers were. I think she was part of the Wildcats team. And this is Glory, #1, Image Comics. And then we have the Danger Girl, which this is the Dangerous Collection. J. Scott Campbell, he's really famous for his like good girl pinup art. Danger Girl is kind of like a female 007, and they had a little team that, into the espionage. And then we have here, this is another cliffhanger Image book, Danger Girl #1. I think this is the original first Danger Girl, first appearance of Danger Girl, or at least first Danger Girl in her own title. And here's Danger Girl #1, Back in Black, which this says it's Hartnell Bradshaw and Charalampidis. So I guess that's not Scott Campbell cover. Looks a lot like J. Scott Campbell's. And then we have another Image book, Demon Slayer #1. Then Dark Ivory #1. Then Ant #1. I do believe this is Ant, first Ant in her own title, I'm sure. She may have appeared in Savage Dragon. Before that, she's an Image Image title. Let's see. It says Gabby is the artist. And then this is J. Scott Campbell, Liberty Comics for mature readers, big First Amendment issue. Because I think they were having problems, they were worried about being censored. I'm not really sure. I remember that came out, some kind of a controversy. All right, now we're into DC, which is Supergirl #1. Actually, I don't have a whole lot of DC. I think I have 2 or 3. And I think actually these are DC Vertigo, which is Nevada, who was a dancer in Vegas. I don't remember the storyline. I know they had cards depicting that cover. I had I've got a bunch of those cards. And then there's Vertigo #1, I, Zombie, which was made into a TV show, I believe, on the CW. I never really watched it, but And then these are Dark Horse comics. Joss Whedon's Fray, which, you know, Joss Whedon was the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Origin #1, which is a photo cover. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1, which may be the first Buffy, I'm not sure, in comics. I'm not sure about that. Let me know in the comments below if you know anything about any of these books. Okay, then we have Lady Vampire in the Flesh #1, which is a Blackout comic. And then there's Angel Stomp Future. It's an Apparat Comics. Warren Ellis, Juan Jose Rip, issue 1, which kind of reminds me of an Aeon Flux type character. I don't know. I don't remember that storyline either. It's been years. And then we have CGE Comics, Shamira, which is Ron Mars and Brandon Peterson created. And we have Basement Comics, Clyde and Miriam, which is a Cave Woman one-shot special. And then we have Lone Star Comics, which is the Ace of Diamonds #1. And then we have Alias Comics, which is Yenny, which is Dave Alvarez art. And then we have London Night Comics, SHEENA, Queen of the Jungle #1, Bound, which that looks like a photo cover, but it's not. And we have Jim Balance, Broadsword Comics, Jim Balance Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose. She's got some crazy looking art, I think. He's got voluptuous women, but I know this one here, Jim Balance Kittens. That's just a fun book. It's kind of silly. I don't remember the storyline actually. I remember reading it though. I had several of them. I think I sold some on eBay, like 10, 12 years ago. I sold a few things. And then this is Squid Girl, Undersea Adventure #1, which is Amaryl Entertainment. And it says it's Hoffman art. I looked inside because it doesn't have anything on the cover. This is from July 2002, Amaryl Entertainment. It says Hoffman art. I think it's a self-published book, basically. And so is this one here, Gory Lori, which is 2005, from September 2005, Chanting Monks Press, which says it was written by Joseph M. Monks, so I believe it was self-published, and illustrated by Jeff Salisbury and Mike Conifal. And the cover is by Daniel R. Horn, which got the blown out eyeball. It reminds me of a lot of the Arthur Sidum covers, the zombie covers. He always has eyeballs floating around there. And then last but not least is Frank Frazetta's Dawn Attack, which of course Frank Frazetta art. I haven't read this book. This is a newer book. I picked it up a while back because I picked up some Frazetta cards. I'm going to do a card break or a card rip, pack rip, and show those cards. And so I pulled out, I found some Frank Frazetta books. I think he did some Conan and got a Duck Dealer. He did a series of books that I always loved his art. He did the covers to a lot of the who did Conan. He did a lot of Conan covers, and I think he did some of the Pellucidar books and Tarzan, which Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote. Because yeah, I do have a couple of cards here that are women. This is Fathom card, which has Fathom and another girl on it there. And then these are a couple of Marvel cards. There's Dagger. it over. Phoenix. I'll have to put some pictures of these up. And then the Enchantress. Actually, I took these because the girl that did the voice of the Little Mermaid was at one of the Comic-Cons, and I was going to have her sign this, but I had a lot of the books signed. By the time I got around to go and see her, she was done. But I have that. That's Little Mermaid. And I have the whole complete set. It's got like the pop-up cards, I believe. Stand-up card directions that the pictures pop up out of them. But I haven't broken any of them open. You know, I bought this set when I was collecting and my daughter was young. So I bought, you know, I bought a box of Little Mermaid cards for her to bust open. We did it, you know, opened them up and got the whole set, and a lot of these are just like sketch drawings. But so there are all my female artists from smaller companies and a couple of DCs. So that's all I have for these. I'm going to get set up and do the Marvel box. Like I said, I'm going to might break this up into a couple of videos. So I also want to announce that I'm really close to 100 subscribers. Actually, a couple days ago I had 100 subscribers even, but I looked this morning and I'm down to 99. So somebody, please subscribe. Because when I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away one of these two slabs. First one is Legends of the Dark Knight number 63, which is part 10 of the Knight's End storyline, Batman fighting Azrael, I believe, on the cover. And it's triple signed, so that's one book you can choose from if you enter the giveaway, which I should have out by the 24th. Actually, the 24th, I believe, is going to be a 1-year anniversary when I started this YouTube channel, and I'm hoping to have 100 or more subscribers by then, so help me out. But if you're not into Batman or DC or CBCS, or you don't like it because it's only a 9.6, I have this issue of Venom number 26, and it's a 9.8 CGC, and it's triple signed by Shannon Mayer, who did this awesome cover, and Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman. So please like, you know, subscribe. I'm going to need some comments because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the video for the giveaway. Hopefully it'll be out by on the 24th of February. And comment. I'll figure out a hashtag to put down there, and I'll do a randomizer, a comment picker, and we'll give away one of these two books. So appreciate you checking me out here in my comic closet, where we bring comics, comic collecting, right out of the closet.